I chose to research Tibetan culture, which I was just interested in because it sounded interesting. One of the first things I found out was that 488 million people identify as being Buddhist in Tibet. So Tibetan Buddhism is a really big thing. And then their two main religious things are monks and nuns. And so the monks are just the male religious leaders, and nuns are the female religious leaders. Um, but in their culture, they are the leaders and the educators and the guiders. So they're pretty much they're God on earth, like a pastor, preacher, that type of person would be. One of their other main jobs is they actively preserve Tibet's language, culture, and environment. So they're also environmentalist, and they believe in the whole thing and not just the religion part, but also the worldly part. Um, they are insanely dedicated to the Dalai Lama, and when the Chinese government executed them, or exiled Dalai Lama, it was grief and anger. They were very, very mad. And it's so intense that their allegiance to the Dalai Lama and to Tibetan Buddhism is seen as a danger to an occupying Chinese state. Um, and one of the things that just blew my mind was that if you're caught in a picture of the Dalai Lama, you can be arrested and tortured. And then monks and nuns are obviously frequently searched, not that it's right, but because they're religious leaders, so they would have a picture of Dalai Lama, so the government's like, well, if we can catch people, and let's just catch them no matter what, no matter the backlash from the public and the Buddhists. So then the political prisoners in Tibet, monks and nuns, are a significant portion of that. So before Buddhism, there was actually another main religion called Bon, and Buddhism didn't exist until after the 18th century. There was and still a minority of Tibetan Muslims. The official religion of Bhutan is Tibetan Buddhism. The monks are seen as earthly Buddhas, so the Buddhists will bring the monks materialistic objects that can serve as a sacrificial offering. So then Tibetan Buddhists have 8 precepts, kind of like the Christian 10 Commandments, but they're don't kill, don't steal, don't lie, don't take intoxicants or other drugs or alcohol, don't commit sexual offense, don't eat food after noon, which was a little bit different and confusing to me, because I just don't understand what you do after noon, you know. And don't attend entertainments. So it was just really interesting to learn about a different culture and different religion. Because in America, if you're Christian, you don't get arrested and tortured for having a picture of Jesus Christ, because I'm a Christian, and so I have my Bible with me, so if I had that, I could get arrested and tortured for carrying something around that means a lot to me. And my pastors and my youth leaders could get arrested, which is just crazy. I couldn't imagine hearing that my youth pastor was arrested and then finding out it was because they had a picture of God. So that was just so different from the religion and the culture that I'm used to and that I've grown up in, and even the ones I've learned about in school. I didn't even know that Tibetan Buddhism was a specific thing and it was different than Buddhism as a whole. So I think that was really cool and beneficial to learn about. So it was just crazy to see all the big differences.